tried. I don't do much, like, I don't have the patience for a lot of these types of videos, but I got the patience today. I'm mic'd up because the kids are being crazy in the background. But I want to show you guys a steak that, in my opinion, I'll explain in a second why it is better than Japanese Wagyu. It's very simple. This right here is a dry-aged ribeye. As you see, looks kind of nasty on the outside, really. Like, doesn't smell funky, but it looks kind of nasty. It's all dark. If you saw this in somebody's fridge, you'd probably look at it and be like, I am not eating that. It looks pretty gross. But it's what we call dry age. You've probably heard of the term dry age. I've heard of it over, the last forever. Ever since I started making steaks and stuff, I've heard of it. Never thought to try. I'm like, how much better could it be than like a Wagyu steak? Well, what I figured out, it's not like way better, but it's pretty close. So basically what I did is, this guy named Guga, he's talked about kind of these bags that he sells, because either you can get a dry age fridge or there's other methods to doing it. This one, I wrap it in a bag, put it in a regular fridge. Didn't have to spend $8 grand on a dry age fridge just to try it out. And what I figured out is it is amazing. Whatever, I don't know the science behind it. Some stuff happens with the meat on the inside of this hard shell. You got to cut this hard shell off. But whatever is happening, it's awesome. Out of here, fly, gross. So what I'm about to do is just slice off all this hard stuff and figure out how many steaks I'm going to get out of it. Kind of seems like the thinner the steak, the better it is for some reason. But I think it's personally better than a Japanese Wagyu. Not when it comes to one bite. But to eat a full steak, the whole entire steak is good. When you're eating like a Wagyu, like a really super fatty piece, super rich, tons of fat, like take for instance like Father's Day a couple years back, we each had some Wagyu. We all had our own, I think 16 ounce maybe, and we all ate our own. I didn't poop right for 2 weeks. Like there's so much fat, like my poop was like white, like it was really weird. Everybody else's stomachs were messed up. It was awesome during the process until after the fact when we figured out it was way too much fat. So like one bite for one bite, the Wagyu is probably better, but these, you can eat as much as you want. It's super tender. It's got a different taste to it. Everybody talks about that different dry-aged taste, and I've never experienced it until I've gotten dry-aged steaks in like Vegas when I was hammered, so I didn't really get the full experience. But then I made them at home, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this up, and then I'm going to surprise the boys in the office tomorrow. And they've already had some of the dry-aged steaks, but we'll get they haven't had them for a couple months now, so we'll get their kind of secondary opinion, but they're going to be super excited. We're going to cook them up for them, then we'll get their opinions. We'll show the office a little bit. So I'm going to slice these up. As you see, I already cut that end off and made it a little try-me to make sure that it got dry-aged properly. But as you see, that looks a lot different than that. And I'm going to cut off all this dark stuff. So let's do it. And I kind of want to, I'm not going to make way too big of pieces. I'll probably vacuum seal some too. But we're just going to go at it. I'll show you kind of, I'm not going to show you there's going to be a bunch of steaks coming off of here, but I'll show you kind of the process of one. Nothing like a fly on your food when you're trying to cut it. So you cut this steak off. Just looks like a normal steak, but you can't eat this outer edge stuff. So you got to chop off all of those pieces essentially. I mean, I think it's edible. It's like a hard leather almost. So just gonna cut off this stuff. I mean, it's super simple. It doesn't have to be all like the dark stuff, but it's kind of whatever your preference is. But I'll tell you, if you eat just the straight dark stuff, it's like all leathery. So ta-da, it's all preference. See, a lot of people might probably cut off this fat piece, but something happens to the fat as well during this process, and it tastes super bomb. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that giant chunk on. I'm gross like that. I'll eat that piece if I have to. So that's that. I'm gonna be in the office here in the next couple cuts, and we'll get a first-hand review from a couple people. But I've already taste tested. I know it was a good dry age, because if you don't dry age in the fridge at the right temperature, it doesn't come out right. And that's what happened. I put it in Rachel's fridge in her office, and I put a temperature gauge in there, and I noticed, I'm like, why is it at 50? Well, the fridge wasn't working right, even though it's brand new, and it was already dry aging for like 2 weeks. So I'm like, well, they wasn't ruined, but it definitely wasn't as usable. So I tasted these. They definitely came out right. So I'm gonna slice all these up, and maybe I'll show you guys after it's all sliced. There is a lot of waste. So like, this is all, I guess these can be used as dog treats, but this is all waste that you can use for other things. I just left the edges kind of squared. I don't need to, it's not like I'm serving these at a 7-star restaurant. So I just left them like that. Here's all the loss. Like I said, there's stuff you can use it for. I ain't got the time for that. Like I said, I'm very impatient. It's hard for me to sit and wait 30 days for these to be done. And I just don't do all the little stuff, you can make them into dog treats. I'm sure Bear would like him as a dog treat, but sorry, buddy. Look, he's mad because I'm not giving him some. Cheer up, dude. One final thing. Keep the seasoning simple. To me, it tastes best with just salt and pepper. Also, the first time I cooked it on a charcoal grill, a Weber. I had to close down the grill, and it absorbed a lot of that charcoal flavor, which most of the time is a good thing, but it completely masks that dry age flavor. So if you dry age, make sure you do it on something simple, like a flat top, olive oil, salt, pepper. Nothing exotic with exotic flavors or exotic seasoning. You're gonna lose that dry age flavor. Don't forget that part. That part's important. All right, fulfillment boy Colby's pretty excited today. But first, before we get the dry aged steaks going, new office, looking pretty good. Don't mind the children, a couple children hanging out, but Derek had old Rick come out and fancy up the office a little bit. It's a little more comfortable. We got some furniture, lots of furniture upstairs. Derek has a new girl working, so I'm trying not to be weird. But we're gonna barbecue up some dry aged steaks.
Behind the scenes of behind the scenes.
Who gets that one? Look at these. So I did a little like salt, pepper, dry brine type thing. Will you pull that bag? Oh, people coming. More people coming.
This is 30 days, huh?
Look at that. Dude, it looks so good with the salt on.
My camera's off.
First flip. Colby's got the camera. Oh my. It smells so good. Oh yeah.
Look at the color on that.
Smells good. Big trophy.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Congratulations. So these are 30 dayers. To be fair, he's been planning this for 30 days. They're 30 days old.
It'll spice up, or it won't. The cinematic mode makes it look pretty wild. So I can't just let these just go this direction the whole time.
You're right.
But, oh, nice. Looks like drunk. Check out that. Yeah, freaking checkerboard. Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's done.
Did it bounce back?
Yes.
You want it to bounce back?
I guess. Something about like supposed to feel like a booty.
Booty hole. Oh.
Don't trip.
We gotta let it rest.
Oh yeah.
Vibes are high. Let's show the sides we got real quick while we're here. Foreskin potato salad, bacon pea salad, Cheesecake Factory bread. Tastes exactly like in store. And very garlicky butter. All right, lots of side noise, but Colby's first bite. How's it look? Ooh, ooh, it's cooked this time. Does it got the dry age? No pressure.
It's dry aged. I'm going in for more.
Is it cooked
I
better?
love salt and pepper.
Is it cooked way
Oh, yeah,
better?
look at this one. And that's the piece that we had to sacrifice.
I mean, it still might be a little, like, not as rare on the inside, but look at that thing.
No, that's still.
Zoomed in. Oh, yeah, we're good. A couple worms in there. That was a weird shot because I'm zoomed in.
No, it's juicy.
Are you ain't even gonna hit the sides, are you?
No, meat only. The real moment of truth.
Plastic, $100 steak with 10-cent utensil. Oh yeah, that's cutting way different than the first.
That's butter.
Round. And honestly, I think it plays better. I don't like it. It doesn't have to be rare. Look at all the juices. Let's see. Wow. It's got the age dry. That had no fat in it. Look at this piece. Oh. Look at these pieces right here, these fat chunks. Check out this. My fork's gonna break. Check out that fat piece with that piece is gonna be the best. I take that over dry, or not any day. The whole premise of this video is saying I think this is better than Wagyu. Not bite for bite, but as a whole steak. And that bite right there, I'd take over anything. This one has some fat on it.
I need to justify to the camera here. The lighting makes yours look less pink than mine. It's probably gonna get roasted.
No, this
in
is
there.
cooked more. This definitely is, but that's fine. You notice how when we had it rare, it wasn't even like cutting
Cutting,
through,
but now look at it.
but it's so tender.
Yeah, it still
So
melts in
tender.
your mouth.
You don't need it to be rare. You got any warrants out for your arrest? I'm filming you bite this.
It's moving.
It's actually,
Cutting with the butter knife here.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna put the sides in the sauce. This
All
isn't
right,
this isn't Derek's first dry age experience, but
30 day dry.
yeah. And you've had Wagyu, right?
Look at the juice coming out of Derek's.
So good.
Yeah, that's all. It went a little medium. Look at it. Yeah. Better than Panda Express. I don't know. Panda Express is pretty good, actually. So that's all you guys need to see. Dry age. In my opinion, people are going to get mad because I'm going to say it's better than Wagyu. In my opinion, it's better than Wagyu. Test it out for yourself. Don't knock it till you try
Well,
it.
no, we have to do. We gotta bring in Wagyu.
This is better
Yeah.
than Wagyu.
Yeah, well, the thing,
Well, so I said bite for bite.
after 3 bites of Wagyu,
I said, yeah, bite for if 1 versus 1, Wagyu's better. But if you're actually hungry and want to eat the steak, dry age, it's all over it.
The piece of Wagyu I had was like this, cut it into small slices, had like 3, and I was like, this is the best ever, but I was done.
Well, I was telling him I ate a whole one by myself and I didn't shit right for a month. So the steak was so good for lunch and the sun is set so high. I think they call that high noon.
Look at the clock. Look at the clock.
Office vibes are high. Final bite, saved the best for last. Half fat, half meat. Overall consensus is, hey, you're not gonna eat that? Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at high noon. I'm not drunk, I'm full.